Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, I hope this video finds you all doing well. We are continuing this series every Sunday. I uploaded a video earlier today featuring CRL China highlights, Elsiot playing a really awesome Hog Lumberjack deck that he really dominated with, carrying Nova to an undefeated streak. I'll link that video in the description in case you missed it. And tonight, as we've done the last few weeks now, I'll do an opinion-based video, which I know a lot of you guys love. So today, we're going to talk about the 4 best and worst balanced cards in Clash Royale. So one at every rarity for both the best and the worst. So now's a good time for you guys to maybe leave me a comment. What is your opinion? What do you think the 4 best and the 4 worst balanced cards are? One at every rarity status. So common, rare, epic, legendary for best, and then common, rare, epic, legendary for worst. Interested to see how many of you guys agree with me and how many guys disagree with me. So let's hop right into the list here. By the way, I did look at Stats Royale. I did a lot of research for this video. I didn't want it to be, super anecdotal or whimsical, my suggestions. So I did a lot of data research here on Stats Royale based on the win and the use rates of these cards. I wanted to find something that was a happy medium, right in the middle, consistent, useful. These cards should be very good, but not overpowered. That's the criteria. So getting into it here, common. Okay, so my favorite common card, not my favorite, the best balanced common card in my opinion is going to be bats. So it could have been minions as well, regular minions, right? But bats are slightly better really across the board. They're higher win percentage and use rates just by a hair, like 1 or 2 percentage points, both at tournament level standard and in ladder. But bats are so versatile, and they can also be countered by a simple ice spirit or a princess tower. So they're not like overpowered, they're just balanced. They used to be overpowered, but remember in January, a few months ago now, Clash Royale did nerf their hit speed, their attack speed. And I think that after that, bats are perfectly balanced, and they get my vote for best balanced common card in Clash Royale. How about rare? Well, the award for the best balanced rare card in Clash Royale goes to Mega Minion. So the reason I say that is, a lot of people, first of all, think that Mega Minion might be the best balanced card in the entire game. Like, every rarity, that's it, the best balanced card. And I can't necessarily disagree with that opinion. Mega Minion is really, really strong. It's super slow, it's easy to kite, it's relatively easy to kill with minions or bats or any kind of air swarm troops or stronger ground targeting troops such as like Executioner or NATO. However, it's really strong too. It's a great tank support unit. A giant Mega Minion at the bridge can be incredibly difficult for 8 Elixir to defend, especially if you just pumped up. It's a versatile card, it's healthy, and has a good spot in a variety of different metas in the game. So that's why Mega Minion gets my vote as the best balanced rare card in Clash Royale. How about Epic? Ooh, Epic was a tough one. I was tempted to go to piss all of you guys off and go with Hunter. I was tempted to, but I'm not going to. Hunter's not my answer. Because a lot of people think that Hunter needs a buff, but I think that I'm starting to like Hunter more and more and more and realize that he can be very strong in the game. However, I didn't go with Hunter. I'm going to go with Guards. I think that Guards are the most well-balanced epic card in the game. Guards are really good, but they're not OP. They don't deserve a nerf in my opinion, and that's really the crux of what we're getting at here. Cards that are powerful that I don't think need nerfs, and Guards definitely fit that criteria. Guards are really, really good against the spam meta. They're good against Battle Rams, they're great against Bandit, they're great against Prince, and they can still hold their own against other splash damage cards. Unlike Goblins or Skeletons, right? They can do very well, even just buying time against a Mega Knight or a Royal Ghost or whatever's coming at you if you place them directly on it. Heck, even a Bowler, if anybody plays Bowler, more on him coming up soon. But basically, Guards, in my opinion, are definitely the best balanced epic card in the game. What about legendary cards, guys? Ooh, this was another, everything is tough from here on out, really. Mega Minion was easy, and after that, everything's gonna be tough. So the best balanced legendary card, in my opinion, is going to be the Princess. So another 3 elixir card. Guards, Princess, and Mega Minion. Maybe 3 elixir is that magic spot. I don't know. Or maybe it's just coincidence. Either way, Princess wasn't looking too pretty. But then the enormous viability and emergence of Tornado into the meta has been a boom for the Princess. Now she is definitely viable. She's more than viable. She almost always gets positive elixir value, except for when the opponent logs. And when the opponent logs, usually if you're playing Princess, you have something in your deck to punish your opponent for logging. So that's why she's really the unsung hero of bait decks, and she also fits nicely in other decks such as the Hog Mini P.E.K.K.A deck that my boy Simple plays when we co-stream on a daily basis, by the way, on Facebook Gaming. I'll link it below in the description. So I think that Princess is really, really well balanced. She's definitely not OP, and she's definitely not useless. She's right in the middle of the pack there, and that's exactly where she should be. Great card and best legendary balance, in my opinion. All right, guys, now let's get into the most unbalanced cards, or the worst balance in the game, starting with common. Now, I mentioned this in my balance change videos just a month ago now, but I really feel like a lot of people are going to call for Bomber or Barbarians to be my most unbalanced common, but the difference between Bomber and Barbarians in the card that I'm going to mention in 3, 2, 1 seconds, Skeleton Barrel, is this. At least Bomber and Barbarians play a pivotal role in the game in early level arenas 1 to 6 when people are starting out the game. They're actually decent and pretty good there. Skeleton Barrel, not so much. I mean, Skeleton Barrel isn't unlocked until Arena 6, unlike those other cards, so it doesn't even have a chance to shine early on, maybe giving players their first introduction to what bait is in the game, or maybe it's just too early to introduce them to bait. I don't know. Either way, Skeleton Barrel, when they nerfed it from 8 all the way down to 6 skeletons, was a little bit overkill. I'm calling for Skeleton Barrel to be at 7 skeletons in a nice happy medium, making it a little bit more of a threat. Rare. The rare card is going to be the one card that I choose to actually say is broken because it's too good, not too bad. And that is the Goblin Hut. We've been talking about this for a while now. Goblin Hut has just so much dang HP, so many hit points. It's crazy that 2 fireballs at tournament level standard still won't kill a Goblin Hut. You have to log 2, and even then just barely destroying the Goblin Hut with like 10 HP to spare. That's just too many HP, man. I mean, you shouldn't have to send in a Hog and a Fireball at just a 5 Elixir Goblin Hut, and they're annoying too. Spawners are somewhat annoying to some players, maybe not to others, but you know, that's my opinion injected there. Either way, I do think that Goblin Hut is still a bit too strong. Easy fix, just reduce the hit points a little bit and make them spawn the same amount of goblins. Maybe just I don't know, just too many HP. You know that a card is unbalanced when people will happily trade a 6 elixir rocket for a 5 elixir Goblin Hut. -1 elixir trade, but they're still happy about it because the card is so bloody annoying and tough to get rid of. All right, Epic. Epic was tough. It was a toss-up between Clone, Barbarian Barrel, and Bowler. I decided to go Barbarian Barrel, but Bowler clearly needs to knock back the Battle Ram or stop the charge of the Battle Ram, the Prince, and the Dark Prince, in my opinion, giving him, you know, a little bit more versatility and making him a viable option compared to Executioner, who has a much higher win and use rates than the Bowler. So I do think there still needs to be a buff to the Bowler. However, when you compare it to the Barbarian Barrel, I think I'm gonna go Barbarian Barrel. Also, Clone. I think that Clone is a very tough card to fix right now. I would say just increase the radius of the card maybe, but we are going to stick with Barbarian Barrel. So Barbarian Barrel is an interesting card. It's not a worthless or a useless card. However, for 1 more elixir than the log, it's only better than the log in some situations. Wouldn't you rather just run the card that's always cheaper? It's cheaper in every situation, and sometimes the log is preferable to Barbarian Barrel anyway. Barbarian Barrel is not seeing much action. It's seeing no action in CRL China. It's seeing no action in competitive play. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Barbarian Barrel might need a rework. I don't think that an elite barbarian should come out of that barrel. That would be too OP. But I do think that making it 4 elixir, making it travel a little bit further, still won't do the tower damage, but travel a little bit further, and then spawning 2 barbarians might be a good idea, something to experiment with and play test. The reason I like 2 barbarians is because I want to make the barbarian barrel a little bit closer to a battle ram than a log. Because when you go up against the legendary log, you're going to lose, ladies and gentlemen. You need to go, in my opinion, more towards the battle ram, making it a little bit more of an elite offensive weapon than kind of a little bit more of a pricey log with 1 barbarian. So the legendary card that's going to round out this list for today is going to be the Mega Knight. Again, he's not a worthless or useless card. You really can't go wrong with any legendary card. They're all pretty strong. But surprisingly, and this might surprise a lot of you guys and gals watching, is that the Mega Knight actually has a lower use and win rates than Sparky, who usually takes the cake at the bottom of the legendary totem pole. So I do think that they went a little bit too far on the nerf to the Mega Knight. A 25% reduction in the enter the arena ability and also the jump ability is unprecedented in the severity of that nerf. So I would say maybe give it a little bit back, right? A little bit, not even half, 10%. Of it back, so a 15% net nerf on where it used to be. I still think that's incredibly dramatic. 15% is huge in a game of numbers like Clash Royale, but I feel bad for everybody out there. I know a lot of you guys watching are my free-to-play subscribers who invested a lot of your hard-earned gold into the Mega Knight. And dang, now he's next to useless, you know? That sucks when that happens, especially an expensive card when they get a big dramatic nerf. So I feel for you guys, even though I personally am a dirty gemmer. So guys, do you agree? Do you disagree with my list? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to read your feedback. I hope you have a wonderful end to your weekend or start to your week if you're watching on Monday or later in the week. Thank you so much for watching, and huge shout out to Stats Royale for providing all this data that I'm able to kind of aggregate and share to you guys in the video. Of course, huge shout out as well to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.